Are you ready? Can't crush us. It don't really get no better than this. The podcast that you're looking for if you're really heavy into wrestling. Hosted by the Mark. Energy that's so amazing. Gotta keep it entertaining. Rep the Can Crusher Nation. Yeah, you know what's going down in the ring. Lights out when you hit a ding ding. Knock 'em out like boom, bada bing. Hold it down, you can crown me the king. Gotta shout out to the Miz and Duke the Dumpster. We choke slamming everybody, power driving, hit 'em with a face buster. Yeah, this the show you need, and it ain't no need for waiting. Mark, hold it down for the Can Crusher Nation. All about wrestling and keep it entertaining. Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. Time to break 'em, let's go. Yeah. Can Crushers. Yeah. Can Crushers. Let's go.
You know, I really wish we could do the rights to Whoa, it's WrestleMania. I don't know if you even remember the song. I know you because I sing it horribly. But do you remember it actually being used for WrestleMania season?
Yes, I do remember it being used for WrestleMania season. I remember, because it was like early 90s or something, like late 80s, early 90s type thing, yeah.
Well, was Can Crushers, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we're Can Crushers, by the way. But yeah, I feel like I remember it distinctly. It had to have been right up till 10, because I don't think it happened after 10. I think they started getting more into the Hollywood, more guest stars, more things of that nature.
That's why podcasts should be able to use it. But I'm sure it would flag something, so we'll just have my horrible rendition every year. It gets stuck in my head probably around Rumble time, but this whole week, I don't care. Lizzo could be dancing out front of my house singing It's About Damn Time, but whoa, right behind it.
It's about damn time. It's WrestleMania. That's all I can say.
Right. It is about damn time.
It's one of those things where this is just a whole it's a whole universal collaboration. You got WrestleMania night 1, night 2, a total eclipse of the heart and Monday with all of that stuff. It's just a WrestleMania eclipse this weekend, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun.
It is. It should be. It started last night yes, Bailey and Charlie. It started last night. If you watched ROH, it's today for NXT. It's today for WrestleMania Night 1. It's tomorrow for WrestleMania Night 2. It's the Monday after Raw. But wait, that's just wrestling.
Yeah.
Because this weekend itself is sickening.
Oh, yeah.
In my neck of the woods, as they say, it's going to snow, it's going to rain, it's going to be horrible. There is no reason to leave your house this weekend. Unless, for one thing, and we'll get to it. There's NCAA basketball tonight, okay? UConn against Iowa, and we're Friday night, so you guys know that. UConn and Iowa women. This should be the national championship game.
Oh, 100%.
Either one that comes out of this side of the bracket is going to beat South Carolina or the other one that's in it.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Unbelievable. Then, at noonish today, we have the U.S. women's soccer, the She Believes tournament's going on this weekend. Yeah.
I didn't know that was this weekend. Okay.
Yeah. So that's big within myself in this neck of the house.
As it should be.
Again, NXT, ROH, WrestleMania. And as you're listening to this, if you're listening to this, as it comes out bright and early in the morning, Max is clearly going nuts. At 2 o'clock in Clearfield, Pennsylvania, at the Wrights Theater, you will see me once again on the big screen as the newest movie comes out, Inherited Scars.
Oh, the movie star. We might have to change your nickname from Mark the Mark to Final Boss Mark Martinez, because right now, multiple movies, theater plays, star obviously of this podcast and carrier of this podcast, amongst other things. We'll start getting you $500 shirts that are at Goodwill
I am
that
not
we can
wearing
afford.
Shirt. You know what I mean. Yeah. They definitely are a Goodwill right now, by the way.
That's all I can afford.
Cut off underneath right now. No, it works the same, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's probably a better design than whatever he's got going on in these $500 shirts.
It's my Power Bomb. I know what shirt is underneath me right now, and I know it's a cutoff one. It's my Power Bomb one, from doing a couple things with them, that brand. Yeah. So it is, you should never leave the house this weekend unless you're going to see Inherited Scars.
Agreed. I'm not attempting to leave my house this weekend because there's going to be nearly 250,000 hooligans up in this neck of the woods trying to see an eclipse. So
and that's why you can leave on Monday.
I'm not going to leave Monday. I'm not going to leave. I'm here today, tomorrow, Monday night. My WrestleMania is beginning while we're recording this Friday night and will not pick up until Tuesday morning when I have to go into the office. I work from home Monday.
Nice.
But they told us end of January, don't even bother trying to come in. Unless you're an essential worker, do not come downtown.
But yeah. I mean, I don't know, whatever you want to say, 3 hours in between. I wonder how much we're going to get. You guys are getting...
Well, we're getting hit, and from what I'm hearing is hotels are running up to $1,000, including those in Meadville, which is 45 minutes away from up here.
Are you going to peek at it? Did you get the stupid sunglasses? Right? Do you even care?
They were giving them away at work, so... Kimberly's going to work from home that day too. We're like, yeah, why not? So I'm going to go outside probably after 3 and say, all right, let's see what you got. That type of thing.
Do you remember the last one? It kind of didn't get really close around us.
We could see it. It was like in 2018, 2017 or something like that. Because I remember I was still working at my old company back then. And I remember just walking outside and looking at it through
there it is.
There it is. Okay. The glasses, and they're like, all right, well, that was fun. Get out of work for 20 minutes or whatever it was. Cause I didn't want to be inside there, but it really wasn't anything at that point.
No. So why is this one, this is a dead serious question. If you want to come at me in anything over the next week, go ahead. Why is this one the big one? Why is this like, remember when we were at Sewell City, the Rapture was supposed to happen?
Yeah.
Chris Bosch was going to come and eat me and we were going to the baseball game.
No, what I think is happening is that one in the U.S., you could only see it partially. This one's literally, you can see every...
It's made for us.
It's made for us. It's very total eclipse. It's spot on. But there's only I think they said 119-mile width-wide, space of where it's going to hit. And it's just a strip that begins in Mexico and runs up through the United States, 119 miles wide. Erie happens to be in that path, along with Cleveland and Buffalo.
Can I tell you, I could give two shits about it.
I could too, but I'm also kind of okay, you know what?
You're nosy yet. Ooh, you haven't hit the age of you're like, oh, good, something happened. It's April 8th.
I think I'm more at the age of now where it's only exciting because there's a lot of idiots out there with conspiracy theories, and I'm finding them hilarious at the same time.
I'm in on that.
I'm also finding it hilarious that we've already have about 5 pop-up tents selling T-shirts for this stupid thing in random parking lots. One that's maybe a quarter mile from my house.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So they're starting to pop up everywhere, but they have, this is more for Mark, but our bayfront it's at Street Zero in Erie, Pennsylvania. They are restricting parking all the way up to 26th Street. And they're going not just on like our main drag, but they're like going very much like a mile, 2 miles east and west of the main drag, State Street.
Because I think all the idiots are going to be down there.
All the idiots are going to be there. 26th Street's at the top of the hill, basically. When you get to the 1 street, they're going to be idiots all around, basically. But they're restricting parking to kind of make sure people can flow through, get through all the main stuff and that.
Nice.
Which is why shit's going, it's going to be purged for 4 minutes around here. So I'm staying home. I'll stay home.
That's a good plan.
And we're staying home. We're done with it. Goodbye. Good luck. Farewell. Whatever. But farewell. May God have mercy on your souls and the streets of Erie, PA.
We'll talk WrestleMania parties or whatnot when we do the predictions and what we got going on for WrestleMania. How was your week otherwise? Yada, yada, yada.
Week was good. Cried. The Bray documentary got me at the end. Those last 15 minutes.
Believable.
They punch you right in the face.
They do.
And so, I made sure I wanted to see that.
Yep.
Like, that was the one thing I wanted to see. Kimberly had never seen anything he's done. Like, it never happened. And so she watched the first hour of it, and she's like, I can see why. She's not big into horror and all that stuff, so the characters, surface level, like The Fiend, like Bray Wyatt, doesn't resonate with her, obviously, because she's not a fan of that genre, but she understood the creativity that went into them. So it was pretty nice to have her see that, and then I'm glad she wasn't around for when I was like just letting loose, and I'm like, oh, man, this is rough. So
I was as well alone when I watched it, and again, that the first hour and 45 was intriguing of what everybody had to say, and just watch him. We bring up Husky Harris all the time on here. I really liked Husky Harris. I did. I understand that he didn't. And then the transition into what I kind of call like Bayou Bray,
right,
essentially, with the family and everything, and the transition into the Fiend and everything. I got all that. That gave me the feels, and I'm like, oh man, getting on 2K as soon as this is over, and he's going to be my champ again because I live off of those moments, and I did some stuff with Bray, and I played with Bray. That didn't come until the next day, though, because those last 15 minutes, I'm just in my recliner. The dogs are both on me. They're like, what's wrong with Dad? What's going on? Just licking on me, and they're like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. It just hits, and holy moly. If you haven't watched it, so we didn't spoil anything.
No.
But it's definitely a must-watch for a Bray fan, just a wrestling fan. Because everybody that talks about him, not a bad word. And, of course, it's a documentary. Been nice for him. I don't know if there is a bad word to say about Bray.
I don't think there is, and I think the only thing that they leaned into with that was more or less he was just so protective of what his brand and what he wanted to do and his vision was. And I think that was the only thing that people could say was he was just tough to work with because he wanted to protect that, which the environment he was in at that point in WWE absolutely understand that concept.
Right. We've had a fake Razor and Diesel.
Based on, yeah, exactly. Under that environment. So you know exactly what he was like, you know what, I'm going to fight for what I want.
Yeah. Yeah, unbelievable. I did catch up on a couple dark sides this week, too. Brutus's was okay, and I would tell him probably if he's sitting right next to me. His was more of an outreach to say, hey, I want Hogan to be my friend again. That's the way I took the whole thing.
I didn't watch it, but I heard that was like one of the, I don't know if it was at the end or whatnot, but it seemed, but people were like, yeah, he's like, He wants Hogan. He wants to be friends with Hogan again. I'm like, well, nobody wants that, but okay, you do you. I mean,
right. And then the Harley one was good. I don't think it's one of the best ones, and I'm not saying it was bad at all, but it was like, okay, just getting to see. I only knew Harley Race the wrestler, and By the way, this is part 2 of part 1 because I don't know. We didn't mention this, and I'll get back to Harley Race here.
Yeah.
Earthquake in New Jersey today. 4.
Oh yeah. Is that what's fucking with all of our shit today?
And we're not joking, by the way.
Yeah,
like, so much has gone wrong via recording. And I wonder, as we get into this a little bit more, I wonder if it is. I know, like, Philadelphia felt some of this stuff, and I know even 4.8, this is horrible. That's like a mid one, isn't it? Right. It's not like a massive one.
It's mid, you feel it, but it's not.
But it can.
Excuse me, I don't think
it has a hell of an outreach, right?
It has a hell of an outreach. You'll feel it shake things, but usually it's not as destructive as like the one that hit in Taiwan earlier this week. That was 7.1. No, I got the burps or something going on over here, and I'm not even drinking.
Yet.
Yeah. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I don't think it's any destructive. It just shakes things. It's just like I know that's the earthquake, but it's like
it could. Yeah, it shakes things. No shit. It could shake some. Listen, like Erie, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, essentially in general, like our power stuff is New York, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Let's call a spade a spade. If it just shook a wire or something at main thing of Xfinity, maybe that's why I'm having issues because that's my internet provider or this, that, or I don't know. It has been all technical issues here on this end.
Right.
So,
and it's not just yours because my Skype wouldn't turn on, so I had to restart on my end. Then when I restarted, internet came on, went off for a hot second, came back on. And I'm like, the fuck is happening around here? So it's not just you, it's just some sort of juju's happening where it's like, maybe The Rock is just feeding too much off the power. The final boss is consuming too much energy in Philadelphia right now, and we can't operate a podcast. Could you imagine if we were trying to record this in Philadelphia? It's probably blackout.
Oh my God.
He's got all the cities shut down.
Like the Day After Tomorrow movie.
Oh yeah, exactly. It'd be catastrophic on that end.
Back to Harley Race real quick. If you haven't watched, it is a good one. It just shows how tough he is and some family issues he had. And if this is all spliced together, we're now getting back on track to a next line of where we're going, essentially.
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking and staying. You know what hurts a little bit, Jenksy?
What does?
Seeing everybody at the WrestleMania Superstore.
In the world.
Fucking
WWE world.
Yeah.
I've had remorse this week. Like,
I did.
Kind of wish I bought the tickets and went.
Right? Or at least bought one of those access tickets for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just to go down, be in access from like 9 to 5 and hurry home, which you never make a WrestleMania time, but.
Right. You just at least get back home.
Yeah. Again, though, I don't feel bad about sitting in. The high of today, which is Saturday, is 50.
Mm-hmm.
The high of tomorrow, I think, is like 52.
Yeah, it's not gonna be, and that's during the
way
day.
Before freaking WrestleMania starts.
Exactly, and then WrestleMania starts. It's 45. It's probably got snow going on. It's not going to be fun.
There's no remorse there. It's the remorse of the money that I don't have. That I saw and I definitely probably wouldn't have spent it, but at least say, hey, look, can I hold it for a second? The WrestleMania 40 belt that I was there looks amazing.
It does.
I like I'm going to say hoagie. The steak hoagie, the little belt. Did you see that where it's a steak hoagie?
No.
You open the case of the steak hoagie, you open it up, and inside is you know, we want to say Kelly green or Eagles green. The belt is Kelly green, Eagles green.
Oh.
You know, just a miniature one. And I'm like, that I would have bought.
Yeah.
That I would have bought. It's only 6 hours away, and I could have had, I was at WrestleMania 40, a t-shirt for $999. Like, I'm just thinking, I just need to one time. But
yeah,
I need to one time when it's in Dallas or in San Francisco or where it's
warm. Well, the rumor next year it's Minnesota, but it's indoors, so that's the only saving grace. Yeah,
that cannot be outdoors at this time.
No way in hell. If they put that outdoors at like Target Field, they'd be fucking nuts.
Yeah. It would have to be where the Vikings play, right?
It is, yeah, I think it's going to be, what is it, US Bank Stadium or whatever the hell it's called now. Yeah. Not the Metrodome. God forbid. Fucking roof on that place.
I loved the Metrodome. That was one of my favorite places. On the show, I still go back, and when I play the Twins, I make them play because I like hitting off the baggie.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. It's stupid.
You just like it, but hey, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
I hate the green wall in Fenway, but I like the baggie. They're the same thing, just on opposite. Do you want to talk wrestling?
We should. Probably. I mean, we are a wrestling podcast. We did talk a little bit of wrestling. Don't get us wrong.
We did.
We were talking about everything going on at Philly, all that. The clips coming out of the Pat McAfee show today.
Yeah.
Adding on to not between what Punk said earlier in the week.
That's where I was going to go after this.
Yeah. So, well, let's start there. We'll start there. They had fun. Triple H spit water. Everybody was rejoicing and everything like that. But
No. Rhea saying, who says that, he's going to cash in on Seth.
Yeah. Well, Rhea's saying that because there's no way he's cashing in on Roman.
Or Cody. Right. It's just the stir of the pot.
It is. Well, now, if you go with Triple H's comments today about the story, the beautiful thing is I just pick up, once WrestleMania's over, I pick up the read for Monday Night Raw and go forward. The stories that can just evolve over the year, and the story is going to be as good could be better going into WrestleMania 41. Now you sit back and you think, Roman winning, is Damian cashing in on Cody? Bloodline rules. He's left in the pool of his own blood. Yada, yada, yada.
Do we get matches made for SummerSlam or next year's WrestleMania already?
What is going to happen?
Earlier this week, The Rock will not be around after WrestleMania.
Yeah, he's filming something, I think.
Yeah.
From what I understand. So many fucking scenarios coming out of that. And so little time.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to impact their predictions.
It has to. It has to now.
Yeah. It does.
But we'll get to predictions probably not much later. There's not a lot of WWE to cover this week. And there's only 5 or 6 things on AEW really we want to talk about.
Yeah, seriously. Bailey's in agreement over here, just losing their mind about it. But
earlier this week, CM Punk sits down, has his talk that everybody knows about. Listen, he's tattooed on my arm. I will love his work, early career, until the day that I die. Okay? I have fought for him a little bit in AEW till he came back the second time. Now I just think if this gets us heat, it gets us heat. Who said it? Good publicity, bad publicity, you at least get it right. He's the new Ryback. He's definitely the new, even though he's in WWE and being harnessed a little bit, Phil might be a cancer in wrestling.
Yeah.
Never thought that would be, as his fucking posters hanging up over me signed by him. And again, tattooed. And I would still have him sign my tattoo if he wouldn't punch me after face after saying that. I just don't know right now. Dude, you're back home in the WWE. leave words out of your mouth. You didn't pinpoint say anything, like a name drop. You hinted enough around it. Dude, you just move on with your life.
Let it be. Let the past be the past. It didn't work out. Move on. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
But I think it highlights an even bigger thing going on in the company as a whole, that they're untouchable and they'll talk down on you. Let's be honest. Trips during the Pat McAfee show did it. They made comments around. It was around Osprey and said, if you don't want to work our schedule, then I don't want you. I don't want you.
You're not here yet.
You're not here yet, and I don't want you. No, that's not. The talent's there. That's sour grapes.
It is
100% sour grapes. That's all that is.
If you would have opened your door and allow him to go back to New Japan every 6 months like he wants to, or whatever his schedule is with AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if we're going to stick and stay with Ospreay, let's stick and stay with Ospreay real quick. He's been in every show since he re-signed with them, or signed with them, or whatever. He's been on every show. So he's putting in a nice workload. Fine and dandy.
Mm-hmm.
It's roughly the same workload on that scheme that WWE is doing with, say, Cody or Seth. They've been on every show since Royal Rumble, right?
Right.
Okay, so there's live events that they're doing here and there. That's not AEW's shtick anymore. They're not going to do live events.
They tried it. They said
their business plan.
Exactly. They tried it and said, house shows aren't our thing.
It's not. If you would have opened the door to say, hey, you want to go do something in Evolve, you want to go to New Japan, you want to go da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Not saying this mean against AEW, I don't think you would have lost people that you've already lost. Mox. Oh, and the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
Open the door. So half of it's your fault, WWE. Open the door and allow them to go to New Japan. Not just by saying, hey, Shinsuke because of this and we might get this back in the certain time. Just let it be. WWF Superstar Randy Orton against whomever in New Japan. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you put it out on pay-per-view as well as New Japan. Split the money across the board then.
Mm-hmm.
Work with people. And that's the big thing WWE doesn't, they don't need to. They don't. But imagine if they did.
Yeah. Well, let's go off of that point. I mean, they just started. Okay, they gave Shayna a little bit of the leash, go to Bloodsport, GCW, do some stuff there. I think they sent Charlie Dempsey too. They've sent him to All Japan, I think it is, All Japan Pro Wrestling to do a match, do whatever they're doing over there. So they start putting little, smaller guys that aren't as well known out there because they're not going to spend their top stars. Fine, dandy, whatever it is. I think to your point though, I think WWE doesn't realize it doesn't have the bargaining chip / pedestal that it once did. It can't say to independent wrestlers that are foreign born, that are transcend the business and are bigger than what a lot of wrestling fans know and love. It can't say to an Ospreay, it can't say to an Okada, we're the big leagues over here. You need to just come to us and we're going to give you $1 million, maybe $500K.
Trillion, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is. We're going to throw this at you and you just work our schedule. It's not how it works. It worked with the NXT days because the option wasn't there for AEW. Tony Khan, right, wrong, and different, whether you believe in him, whether you want to go after his business plan, go have a beer with him, whatever you want to do with him, Tony Khan has the money, whether AEW's making it hand, fist, or over foot, or he's just getting bankrolled from the Jaguars. He's got the money. He can say to Okada, to Ospreay, come here, work a day a week for me, initial contract, give me give me 100 shows, give me two solid months of you being here every show, and then we can have you sporadically come in and out.
Yep.
Right? So Tony Khan has that flexibility. Tony Khan also realizes that, you can call him a mark or anything, but I think he also realizes the talent's going to go where it wants to go. And if we want to get the exposure to this talent in the U.S., we have to be able to concede to what they want and what their demands are and make it worthwhile for them.
Yeah.
Because they're going distances away from their home to fight here. For months at a time. That's why Pac sticks around and shows up every once in a while, because he's getting that kind of deal. He's able to do that. The same thing, it's the same with Ospreay, same with Okada. It's going to be the same with Penta and Phoenix. They're a little bit easier. Mexico's connected. It's not that far away versus where you have to go for London and Japan, but it's still a point. You can't, WWE does not have that bargaining chip power that it once did. And it has to realize the stars that are outside of our company are stars, and they can walk in, and some of them can just pick right up where they left off in the other company.
In a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat. And one of them got chanted at him 100 times today with 3 simple letters.
Yeah.
So the jokes are going to keep coming. They're going to keep on coming. And it's going to be, but they were joking about that all today too. Pat McAfee making the joke to Rhea, whose fiance is in AEW, makes a joke, oh, you think Dom could wrestle anywhere else? He'd be at the other place wrestling in front of 600 people.
Right.
I think they think it's a joke, and I get it. The WWE fans and WWE think it's something that's below them and piss poor, and you can go by attendance numbers. I don't think they realize what they're up against. And I'll go out on a limb and say it. The reason it was the way it was for the past 6 months, and I think I said this last week or the week before, is because of the Punk effect. Yep. And now we're in the post-Punk era. They're back to their original plan and what they wanted to do, and shit's about to get really good really quick.
Which reference Adam Copeland asking for the time on Wednesday to open up Dynamite and say, hey, and I like that he came out no title or anything. Like, yeah. I'm like, dude, you just won that. Why are you not wearing it around? When I was watching it. And he's like, listen, I just need to say this. And he mentions WWF, Stampede, watching it. And essentially said, shit's about to get real again. This is enjoy wrestling. I enjoyed wrestling. You were here because you enjoyed wrestling. And I understand, for 20 plus years, we're going to throw whatever number out you want to, we really only had WWE. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why they became number one. They bought this and the other thing. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says. AEW is legit more competition than I think TNA ever was, because they have the backing and everything like that. They bought their main competition of WCW out once that all went to hell. So I think worried? No. I don't think the WWE is worried yet. You know,
they're not. Yeah.
No. When is AEW out of their infancy stage? Are we there now?
Well, I think they regressed. Here's the problem. They regressed 2 years ago when Punk came on board. It might not, actually, it may not have been immediate. I think it was after he got injured and came back that first time. Because then he was more ornery. He wanted more control. He hated the way things, and with everything that went down with Hangman, he was not pleased. with it, so he became more ornery, more demanding, more, you need to do X, Y, and Z. And Tony, right, wrong, indifferent,
Gave it to him.
Gave him what he wanted to keep him around because he was a mark for Punk. We all were. And that's where the regression came back. I think they're still in their infancy, but I think they're in their infancy because they regressed and now they're back and now they're going to make the shoot forward.
Right. And I will say this again. Sasha, Mercedes, whomever you want to call her, could have went back to WWE. Mm-hmm. That was out there. They offered to Okada and Ospreay. Okay? For reasons we already broken down. They chose AEW for a reason. Not just because maybe contracts or something. Maybe Tony laid out on the line what is coming up. We don't know. Right?
Yep.
Maybe us speculating for the last 6 months that Tyler and Becky are making their way. There's always closed-door conversations in wrestling. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Right? Have it be Tyler talking through Edge to Tony.
Yeah.
Okay? You notice I referenced real name, WWE name, and then Tony. Yes, that was on purpose. I would have said Copeland because we were just talking about him. But da-da-da-da-da. There's those ways to have side conversations about everything. I don't care. I know it happens. Okay?
Yeah.
It happens. We don't know. We're fans, just like you guys. I have to give Edge probably promo of the year already in our crushes because of that.
Yeah.
And it was more of a shoot promo compared to work promo and everything, but he's damn right. Just stop. Stop and enjoy it. If you're there, you became a wrestling fan for a reason. You like your indie promotions all over the place. You like the WWE. You like this. You like that. You might not like a storyline that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Guess what? Storylines end. Your love for wrestling doesn't.
That's 100% correct. And that's why you had...
I fucking hated Acclaimed.
Right. Look what happened. You love them.
I said they're everybody now.
I hate them now. They're not that great. Things aren't that great right now for them, but, whatever. But you love them. You have... We cringed last week where Tony Khan tweeted out AEW where wrestling plays or is playing or whatever the fuck it was, like the big boys played. We cringed. But then your talent's backing that up. Your talent's going out there.
When he says it, you're like, Tony. When it comes out of Copeland's mouth?
Okay.
This is legit now.
Now we followed that up with Dax cutting promos off air. And he just tweeted an hour ago, wrestling's better because of AEW. Yeah. And that was one of CM Punk's homeboys around here.
Yeah.
Like, they're not wrong. Wrestling got better because AEW came into the picture and threatened WWE's stranglehold. I think a lot of people forget that and like to make fun of AEW saying, oh, they're going down the toilet, oh, they're going to fall apart, da-da-da-da-da. I bet if I could go back to the 80s and do some serious research, WWE was putting maybe 300 people in a building for the first 4 or 5 years until maybe WrestleMania 4 or 5.
As kids, I loved, and this was actually more middle school / early high school, the caricatures, the gobbledygookers, the Duke the Dumpster, the T.L. Hopper, the IRSs, they were all characters. If you realize they were struggling then.
Yeah.
Because people our age now were like, this is fucking stupid. My grandfather hated when there was characters on wrestling because it was becoming too hokey.
Yep.
We like it every once in a while, a character.
Right.
Because that's what we grew up with. Kids today want Adam Copeland. They want, Tyler Black / Seth Rollins, whatever. They don't need Slithering Seth or anything like that. That has gone by. I'm backtracking to my thought now. We don't know what people our age were thinking. They were like, oh, this is definitely turned into the kids now. It's made its way from Bockwinkel and Harley Race and, the names, essentially, that wrestled, Lou Says and da-da-da-da, to a character that are like, oh, this is getting hokey. The hokey rock and wrestling. We love that because that's our childhood.
Mm-hmm.
I never ask, and my grandfather would be the one, what did you think about when characters came around? So we need to find somebody, and this isn't a slap, but we need to find somebody older and say, when it was character time in WWF, what did you think of it? That's essentially what's going on right now. There are more characters in AEW. So you might not get the older crowd for it. And I'm not saying characters as like Duke the Dumpster and but they're different people / than what you see in WWE. Yeah. That question last week just popped back in my head. It's two different products. It's a Snickers and it's a Milky Way. Yeah. So those are too close. It's a Snickers and a Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
It's two different products, gauged in two different groups, essentially. But in the scheme of things, it's wrestling. There's times, I love wrestling. Jenks loves wrestling. We're really on our high horse right now. We'll get to stuff, we promise. There's times that if it's Bob Smith against Tom Bach, I fast forward it and we'll say, it was an alright match. Yeah. During the fast forward, it looked like an alright match. It just didn't do it. Do I watch all 98 hours of professional wrestling 98 hours of the week? Hell no. It's impossible to do. Yeah. There's shit that I still don't like. But it's wrestling, and I know it's going to go somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 100%
I don't like Speed, by the way, on X.
I watched
stupid.
One match. Not me.
Not for me.
Not for me. And after you made that comment, fast forwarding and can't watch 98 hours. Oh, you guys can't watch a 3-minute Speed match? No, that's not a match.
No. Get ready. I guess I just want hate. It's just a performance on Speed, and it's completely different from match to da-da-da-da.
It's a cash grab.
Yeah. Yeah. Sweating over here.
It's coming. It's happening. It's shit's getting wild up here. Kimberly is trying to get home. Okay, dealing everybody from Florida, Maryland, Virginia, whatever's on the interstate, trying to come into Erie. They're confused. They don't know where to go. They're all over the place. It's a fucking nightmare up here.
You guys are just locking yourselves in the house, right? Please.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I didn't know she
call for delivery. Cook.
I didn't even know she had got us donuts, and she was like, "I went and got donuts, and it's just a shit show around here." So it's getting fun.
What? All right, let's pay some bills so we can talk AEW and WWE for the week. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hey, guys, do you know that we have merchandise out there before we get anybody else? Yeah.
Since when?
Crowd made.
Oh, my God. Get them all. T-shirts, tank tops, hoodies. All the nice apparel that you'll need. Keep yourself warm or cool during the summer months as you get those guns out and flex those 24-inch pythons.
Woo! Head over to Crowd Made and type in Can Crushers. Our store will pop up right there for you. Or you know what? It's linked in the show notes.
What?
Yeah. You can also buy some stuff from Collar and Elbow. Hats, hoodies, tees, all the cool things that Al Snow and Hooligans have down there. First time in a while, I do not have anything Collar and Elbow on today. It's really shocking. I know.
He's acknowledging your tribal chief. I don't know if that's leaning his prediction things going on here, but
head over to Collar and Elbow, buy all the cool stuff that they have, and use our promo code. It's Can Crushers, capital C and Can, capital C and Crushers, save 10%.
Look at that. All right. So if you're going to do that, also look for the WWE Shop affiliate code that will be in our show notes. Click on it. You may get a discount, you may not, but clicking on that does help the show out. So go ahead and click that. Get your WrestleMania 40 merch if you want. To pretend like you're there. Yeah, say you were there. Just buy it online. Or get some Nightmare Cody Rhodes stuff. Maybe he'll win the title and it'll become more profitable. I'm not condoning that. I'm not saying it will. You never know what's going to happen, but use the shop code. The affiliate link. Is it? Maybe. Who knows? Things change.
We're holding the mic like we're actually whispering right now.
We're guys. We are idiots.
Finally, let's do this one. And I'll tell you that I am still continuing to live off of Dubby. I love this shit. I do need to reach out to them to get the next one. So I tried two that I really love, Jenks. Let me just throw this out there.
Okay.
Do I go to another flavor? Like it's like Dragonade or something like that?
How confident are you that you'll like it? Now, what's in the Dragonade?
I don't know. That's why I'm glad you asked. I don't know. And listen, you can see all the flavors on Dubby. Okay, so check out Dubby. There's a million flavors. I don't know if I want extreme. And first of all, it's an energy drink, so there's a little bit more tart to it than anything in the morning.
Right.
But a tart peach in the morning was delicious. Or the tallow cream that's got mangoes and orange smoothie in it. Perfect morning. If the Dragonade is more of a lemonade thing, dude, I'm not doing a energy drink of lemonade early in the morning. Not knocking them. Not at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I would chug that shit.
Would you really?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I can't. I'm an old 47-year-old man. That's like way too citrusy for me in the morning. Like the guts really need. Thank you. Finally, she stands up for me.
Maybe she's voting for Roman. Who knows what's going on here?
Check out Dubby because I live by it in the mornings. There's no crash. There's no calories. There's no carbonation. It's what's my favorite thing out of all of it. You put 2 scoops. Recommended is you put 1 scoop in about 16 ounces of water. I do 32 ounces of water, so I do 2 scoops, so it makes its way, right? Sure. Shake the shit out of it, drink it before I go to work. It keeps me going from, early dawn to late evening when the family rolls back around. And then, I don't have a crash or anything. It just keeps me buzzing essentially for the whole day. Dubby.
Buzzing.
Can Crushers is a promo code. You get 10% off of that. There is a sample pack. If you want to try, they give you a couple different flavors and a shaker to try it. It's like $20. You'll still get the discount off of that as well.
So get on to it, guys. You can listen to us. Spotify, iHeart, Google, Apple, really, Podurama. You can get all of our sultry voices. We're actually on YouTube too, but we're not going to go there. Audio only. But go to Podurama.
Today, by the way.
We're great today. Podurama, they have deals and discounts listed on the site. Go there, sign up, get seamless transition through all your devices, from your tablets to your phones to your Dots to your Echoes to your Wii the Ones, your Disco Balls, whatever you got that has audio capability. Go ahead, go to 6687, and by sultry I mean ask a question, not be perverted. So,
the perverted will not make the scan.
Yeah, they will not make. They'll go out the wall. We have to keep our YouTube non-monetization going here. So whatever it is. So 3 minutes of length. Don't call 14 times. Don't be a moochie.
We need Dan back on the show soon, by the way. We really do.
Yeah.
Is he watching this week?
Huh?
Is he watching WrestleMania this weekend?
Oh, he definitely is watching WrestleMania this weekend. Well, Dom, his son, is deep in WWE 2K24. Cody Rhodes is his favorite on there. They're watching everything under the sun. And they're going to the house show that's coming here in a couple weeks. So
nice.
They're having a good time with that.
We need to twist his arm to get reactions next week. We really
I think I can do that. I will say he did have a prediction for the final match.
Okay, we'll save it then.
We're going to save it. We'll save it. What I will also say is this. I did flip him off yesterday because he was in front of me in traffic, and because that's what we do to each other. So
I don't know if I told you guys a story when we went to the AEW show. Like, I was meeting some of Jenks' first friends? Yeah. Friends for the first time, and we were all at the bar, yada, yada, yada. And I said hi to him, and then clearly where he belongs in the back of the pack was Moochie, and I just flipped him off, and they're like, oh my God, you know him. I'm like, I do, and that's all he gets from me. Now, granted, we did see him like a half an hour earlier at his kid's birthday party. No, it was
right.
But
But to that point, what did he do to us afterwards? He flipped us off as he left the parking lot.
Well, he blocked us in and flipped us off.
Yeah, like he normally does. So he's a real son of a bitch.
He is a real son of a bitch. All right, quick break. We'll wrap right back around. We'll talk about wrestling for the week. I'm telling you, it probably will be one of the quicker ones. And let's see if we. Let's do this, Jenks. Let's give us 20 minutes on the next segment.
Do you want me to put a timer?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Well, I also have it too because it's via recording, so I will know.
That's true, but I'll set, once we say go, I'll let it go.
Yeah. 20 minutes on the week of wrestling next week because, listen, the meat and potatoes of this show is the predictions for WrestleMania.
It's the biggest WrestleMania of all time. WrestleMania.
Whoa. WrestleMania.
Hey guys, this is referee Jesse Beeler, and you are listening to Can Crushers.
Welcome back to Can Crushers Wrestling fans. We are going to do a speed round. Speed round for us is 20 minutes, so that's pretty fast.
That is very fast. So once we say go, I'm going to hit the timer and we'll go. But we're going to try to keep AEW and Raw, SmackDown, WWE in a condensed tight 20 minutes.
Because we want to get to the predictions.
And I can hear the laughing now from the Can Crushers. Like, hey, these fuckers are going to get out of AEW Collision in 20 minutes, let alone whatever it is. We got this. 20 minutes. We'll figure it out.
By the way, FYI, before we say go. Okay, we didn't say the segment's going to be 20 minutes. We said the wrap-up is going to be 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Smart marketing by anybody in the NCAA. No knock on them, but they definitely put the money match on at 9 o'clock tonight between Connecticut and Iowa.
They knew what they were doing.
Yeah. It's NC State, by the way, is the other fourth for the girls team.
Yeah, because it's NC State and UConn have both the men and the women in the Final Four in each. So.
By the way, I'm in second, motherfucker. I know that second doesn't pay out.
Listen, I'm not happy about that.
I'm in second?
I'm actually happy for you. You came in second. I'm looking to, I cannot believe, actually I can't believe my bracket completely fell apart. Like, it was done dead in the water, I think, Saturday after one of the Sweet 16 games. After Sweet 16, it was like, yeah, you're fucking stupid. So there you go. It's done.
Yeah.
But
I can't get the first, though.
No, because you're blocked because, Quinn's got UConn, so you're blocked.
But I can't drop below third. So.
It's a nice little consolation prize.
Of what, just finishing second?
Yeah, why not? Do you want to play, I don't know where I sit right now before we hit go on this. I did a women's bracket. Do we want to know where I'm at in that?
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Because I didn't, and shame on me.
Okay. Don't laugh at the first number I give you. I'm technically in 8,914th place, but that's out of 118,000 brackets.
That's shabby.
No,
it's not shabby.
I still have, what, Final Four wise, let me see here. I have 2 of my Final Four left. UConn and South Carolina. And that's my finals.
Ooh. Well, I think it's going to be South Carolina. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. NC State just came back quickly, so.
Yeah.
But
3, 2, 1, go. AEW this week. I love that Cardona showed up. Did you hear the story about Cardona showing up? This is going to eat probably 15 minutes of it up, by the way.
No, maybe, but go ahead and tell it.
He was at the Indiana Sports Expo, one of the other big ones. You know, you have WrestleCon, which is always WrestleMania weekend. You have WrestleCade, which is over Thanksgiving. And you have the SportsCon that stays in Indianapolis around this time, like a week or two before WrestleMania as well. He was there. He is the champion of that, or whatever. I'm paraphrasing, look it all up, but it's where we at. He was the champion of that. Showed up Friday night, did his thing, handed that title to Nick Nemeth, and left. People were wondering why the fuck he didn't show up Saturday. He didn't show up Saturday. Holy shit, he's dripped. He might never be invited back here again. When he says on his social medias that he didn't tell anybody, like 3 people knew. Tony, Copeland, and maybe the guy flying him there.
Yeah.
Nobody knew. Like, Indianapolis WrestleCon, Expo, whatever the hell it's called, is pissed at him. Because he just bailed on him. See ya. To be able to wrestle, though, one of his best friends.
Yeah.
It is student teacher, and I'm so glad they showcased this match.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was really good. I did not know he did that. But at the same time, I can't say I wouldn't have done it too, because your best friend, somebody that brought you up, gave you your big break at one point in time. It is smart. It was good from him, and you're right. It was a fucking great match, great showcase, and probably the only time we're ever going to see those two face.
Probably, because he didn't resign. This was all, I'm sure some money was exchanged, but a handshake, hey, this is a one-off or whatever. He has already said, Cardona meaning, he's still in the Indies. He's still doing the Deathmatch God and all of this. So
yep.
When he walked out, when Cope first came out, I thought, we're going to get somebody like Action or,
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk probably briefly about some of the releases that happened.
Yeah.
Bummed I didn't get a shirt from one of them, my favorite one. But when he came out, I lost my shit. Because I was so happy. I'm like, they didn't sign him. This is a one-off or something.
Yeah.
But what happened afterwards, are we finally getting Malachi singles? It's got to, right?
It has to be. You can't tell me he's not going to fucking get the singles title off of him. There's no way this stays on Cope that long.
No.
This has to be Malachi taking the title off of him. Probably a Dynasty, and it's going to be a switch off for House of Black. So Julia loses the TBS, but Malachi picks up the TNT, and all is right in the world for House of Black.
Is it though?
Well, evens the odds. Title
it
for a title type thing.
It does. On Collision, BCC Shibata against Archer and Righteous, man. Anytime Archer's in a match, don't expect him to lose.
He's going to lose.
Really, the tag team matches were the tag team matches. I mean, we've already predicted that FTR was going to win, and I guess the other one was a crapshoot to me. I didn't care, but I guess we're getting a little bit of a push from Top Flight, right?
Yeah, I think we're getting somewhat of a push from Top Flight. Well, they had to, because Starks went down injured.
Yeah.
Starks gets injured. I don't know if it's through works, shoot, whatever it is. So I guess I got to push Top Flight at that point. I fully believe Starks and Big Bill were supposed to win that match. Yeah. And it was supposed to be FTR. It was supposed to be their rematch.
Against the ex-champions.
FTR gets what they wanted out of it. They get the revenge. Then they get the Bucks again. Because at the end of the day, this is Bucks FTR at Dynasty.
And then in a couple months, we'll have 5 to blow it all off.
Yep.
That's it from Collision. And I don't mean it mean, but I mean, Collision was the Cardona thing stole it for me. The rest of the stuff
didn't really.
Rosenfrost was good, but I feel, AEW pushed the women this week.
The women got burned this week. horribly. I mean, if you look at what happened on Dynamite, we'll just go right there. Fucking Rosa and Maria May in what was supposed to be a number one contenders match for the women's title, we get a rush job because they had
most 20 of the action during the picture-in-picture.
Most of the action during picture-in-picture. They had 18 minutes to burn through this and the contract signing. They immediately start the match.
What they were doing at the desk, if you watched the match and muted it and then watched the picture-in-picture, you were like, holy moly, this should be a fucking banger of a match.
Mm-hmm.
With Luther not knowing what the hell is going on with the title, and then back and forth with Tony, and then when you would cut to him, Luther's in the picture or Shivani's in the picture, they were all trying, like that took all that extra noise, took away from the match for me. So, shame on AEW, because you've burned Rosa twice this week. Once against Frost because it was kind of hurry up as well. And now, number one championship match, like you said, and they cut away from her. She's yelling at the screen to yell at Tony.
And they just said, whatever. You gotta get you out of the ring. Get you moved, get you out.
We talked about the Cope one, so that'll save us some time.
Yeah.
I didn't like the forced Ospreay and Danielson having to walk beside each other as match to match happened.
Yeah, I think that's an old trick that they've just abused so much with Kingston and Danielson. It seems like it's a Danielson thing. Danielson has to have that interaction on the stage without actually having an interaction on the stage. You know what I mean? That's literally the only thing, and they're forcing it a lot. It'll happen again next week, and then it'll happen the following week leading into his Dynasty. There's too much pushing of forced interaction. Let them cook. Just let them cook for a couple days.
These two don't need to even look at each other until Dynasty.
Nope. Imagine that build-up. Have them chirp on two separate shows, at each other, Dynasty, bring them together. It's a holy shit moment.
Yeah. Yeah. We've predicted that that's probably going to be the match of the year.
Yeah, 100%.
Anything with Ospreay in it's going to be match of the year. They did the women wrong again. Another time. Whose idea was it to have Willow looking at the Tron to do her promo on Julia / Monet? I almost put Mercedes and Monet together, so what would that be?
Marne?
Yeah, I don't know. So whatever. That was the worst interview I've seen. The picture was too close. I know you maybe wanted that was your hometown, as I put quotes around it, because she made reference to the White Elephant or where the hell she wrestled before, and to kind of give it her space. I don't think Stat needed to be there. Stokely didn't add squad douche to it. If you want to do that, just have her or Renee there. You're squeezing 4 people into a computer-sized monitor picture so you can get some of the fans in the back. Kudos to the fans. They did good, but not seen it like this before, and it was horrible. We all knew Mercedes was coming out. I don't give 2 shits if you didn't.
Yeah.
Bad interview. Not what she said, just production-wise, bad interview.
I think they were forcing the issue on it. I think they were doing 2 things with this. It was Tony Khan slapping the WWE and saying, oh, we're not selling out. Look at the crowd behind them. Here, we have it pretty filled. I also think it was they were trying new production things because WWE has been doing the new production of, hey, look at this long shot. We have Seth and Drew in a hallway, and Seth says, I ain't dead yet. And then Drew chirps back at him. We follow Seth all the way out to his entrance, and then that's it. I think Tony Khan, it's a pissing contest at that regard, because I think he was trying something new with the fans, but also at the same time saying, look at me sell out this arena and look at how full it is right now. I do believe they were trying to do that with this segment. And of course, it fell flat on its face because it didn't make any sense. We want Willow should be talking to the crowd.
Right.
It's never about talking to people
Tron.
at home. Yes. It's about talking to the crowd, not to the Tron and Tony Khan that's behind the Tron. This isn't Wizard of Oz. You're talking, talk out. So, I mean, it's one of those things where I think they're doing too much to prove a point. And that was their chance of improving the point.
Listen, we've said this before, and I will still back it. WWE has production wrapped up 100%. Yep. AEW is not at that production level yet, and it's because of other things we've named it numerous times around this. Stick to the wrestling part.
Yeah.
Stick to the wrestling part. It'll come. My next one, and then I'll let you jump in. I probably covered all the ones, but man, I really thought Sue was going to take a fucking super kick or something.
I thought she was going to eat that. And when he didn't, I'm like, are you going to do it?
I was depressed then.
Are you going to do it? Well, yeah, I was kind of too. And then I'm like, are you going to do it? Like, I thought he was still going to do it. And then they stopped him from doing it. I was not happy about it.
Lizzo's back. Lizzo's back, by the way. It's about damn time. I am so pumped for Trent.
I thought this was happening like 8 months ago.
Right.
Because he looked, yeah. And he just looked so unhappy and didn't want to be there and just was like, fuck this. Like, I'm a part of this, but I don't want to be here with this. So the fact that
something was happening.
was happening. So to me, Chuck knew it was coming if they didn't win. So best friends are on a whole other atmosphere away from OC, which is a good thing. They needed to separate, give OC his independent type of thing.
Yeah. That's all I have for AEW.
I do want to say, what time? No, fuck it. We only have 7.5 minutes. WWE.
I don't really have much on WWE. We've been talking about the same thing. The Bianca and Dakota was good until everybody comes out and Jade just clears the ring, which I don't think was a great thing for Damage Control.
I think what should have happened there, Jade comes out, Damage Control clears the ring by themselves and says we're not going near that.
Yeah.
I don't think they should have, Jaden should have gotten her hands on them until she gets the hot tag at WrestleMania and completely obliterates people.
Yeah.
And wins the match at that point. But
Drew at the funeral home was fucking epic.
The eulogy, my God.
7 minutes now. I'm really pushing now. We're throwing this out there in our predictions. Judgment Day, the writing's on the wall with everybody going everywhere.
Yep. I love the fact that Michael Cole called out each of the titles has to be captured during the ladder match. Not just one. Both of them have to be captured. I loved it.
Yeah.
Now we play the game of who's getting what title in predictions here, which is very good. I am too.
I'm excited for the Raw brand for probably a day. The Gable training with Sammy brought me right back to Sergeant Slaughter training Greg. I'm sure you don't remember this. It was definitely 80s AWA. Just Slaughter training Greg Gagne to get set for a boot camp match and everything. Anytime I see something like this, I'm like, oh, childhood. I love everything about Gable just beating the shit out of Sammy for a while and then getting him set to go. But we'll see if it meant anything.
We're going to have to see if it did mean anything. I got to give prop, Ricochet. Where the fuck's his strength been for ever flipping with Ibar?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I was on the floor during that whole thing.
Roman getting the nod to induct Heyman. Do you think this is, oh shit, we really couldn't get anybody from ECW to do it?
I think it was Paul Heyman understanding where the business was at this point in time and realizing there's characters that you don't want to would not be in a good place to say it. There's characters that probably can't get right now, a la Taz.
Well, AEW is doing a show during, ECW is doing like a reunion show, as you guys are listening to it last night during SmackDown. Right. So you couldn't get RVD, Mike Whipwreck.
But I think at that point in time, too, Paul Heyman understood Roman Reigns is the right choice for his selection. If it couldn't be he who should not be named, possibly be named at some point, Brock, which he probably wouldn't have done it anyways because it would include him talking for 5 minutes.
Right.
I think he knew Roman was the best option. And rightfully so. The lineage is there. Paul Heyman didn't make a lot of friends in ECW. And the ones he did, yeah. And the ones he did, they're doing their own thing. And they have other commitments at that point in time because they need to make the money. So.
And FYI, how much time do we have?
3.5 minutes.
Oh, we're good. This also gets Roman on WTV Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yep. 100%.
Which is money.
And probably Monday. Let's be honest. He'll be there Monday night. Rock may not be, but Roman will probably show up. Unless he goes into hiding like Punxsutawney Phil. I don't know, but
he should. That Punxsutawney Phil should, by the way. Yeah, I'm done. Because, listen, we've beat the build-up for WrestleMania down for a while. We really don't have to get into Cody, Seth. It all happened again for 25 and a half minutes.
Yeah, and then main event-wise, Bloodline beat the shit out of who they needed to. Did you see The Rock's TikTok today?
No.
Old school video game. Final boss looks like an arcade game. It's Cody Rhodes walking down, beats Solo, gets an American Nightmare logo, keeps walking, beats Jay, faces off with Roman. Paul Heyman goes, "You're tribal chief Roman Reigns, right?" So Seth comes in, and they're standing there getting ready to fight. Here comes Rock, just as this gargantuan, just head figure, and he shoots laser and kills Cody and Seth. And it says game over. And that was it. It was a fantastic TikTok. If you guys have not seen it, I cannot do it justice, but I think you guys will be where it would be best.
So are we in the bottom of the ninth? Remember?
I guess we'll find out in prediction time, right? I don't know if we are, to be honest.
I don't either. We're good, right?
Yeah, we're still good. We have minute 25 left. We did that in 20 minutes. Drew McIntyre's out here.
Why? You know why? Right. Because we really didn't talk about how good the Swerve and Joe contract signing was.
Well, let's revisit it.
Add 2 minutes for this because we did wrong.
We did do wrong. What? That was probably the best fucking contract signing I've seen.
Yeah.
In ages.
Yeah. To take the blood then, listen, I'm a mark for that stuff. I really am. To take his blood and then clearly wiping blood on a pen isn't going to get it to work, but the reference was there and then he just wipes all the blood on his. I want that contract. I would love that contract to hang in the studio.
Yeah. That would be so. That contract told a million stories in one little thing. And oh my God.
I think it's the prediction right now. Your new champion.
I was going to say, I think that seals the deal. Swerve's the champ after Dynasty.
Yeah. Because Joe had to go to a level to come back in and then throw him through the table.
Yep.
that I don't know if Joe can get to again.
I think it's a level, if Joe gets to it, it's going to be too much. It's like he's going to get to a dark level that he can't reel in, and he's going to try to do too much to beat Swerve, and it's going to cost him in the end.
Because Swerve's fucking vindictive.
Yep,
He
exactly.
goes kills babies in Hangman's house.
Yeah. He will hang you from the post, literally. Bad.
Right.
I mean, if you did no context quote of the week, if you have no idea what we're talking about.
Right. Maybe I'll clip that.
There's a baby in an executioner's house that got killed by another man. What is happening here?
Why are they talking that on their wrestling podcast? So we did it, 20 minutes.
We did.
I feel a little rushed, though. I mean, not that we had to go into a lot of depth on anything. By the way, timer is stopped. We're good.
We had stopped the timer during the contract signing piece.
Yeah, we made it. We were good. I like it for when we have big shows like this to do it like this. Not, big show, but the other guy, Paul White. I feel, not that we needed to go in a lot of depth in WWE. In AEW, like we said, Collision was, if you watched Rampage, good for you.
It's always good for them. I will, WWE's, but see with WWE, we're going to talk about it during predictions. Right. I mean, that's just where the correlation lies. AEW this week, I think AEW realized it had to set up for the pay-per-view, but also it wasn't winning
and
anything.
Not give too much away.
Mm-hmm. It's not giving too much away. Also, I think they got lucky. Once the basketball games wrap, 11:30 Collision, that's right at the tail end of WrestleMania. You might be picking up a crowd from WrestleMania coming off of.
Well, let me go with this on Saturday. Because what time the Stand and Deliver started, or where the hell the NXT pay-per-view is?
Midnight. I know where you're going. Or not midnight. Noon. I know where you're going with this. It's too much.
It's 12 hours. Well, it would be 12.
More than 12 hours.
Well, starting at noon, and then that'll go probably to 3 or 4. Ballparking. Yeah. If you're going to watch 5 to 7 the pre-show stuff of WrestleMania, or at least have it on, WWE's still capitalizing there. Is AEW saying that they know that it's going to be over? Not basketball. WrestleMania is going to be over by 11:30.
I think they're saying, but I'm also thinking they're conceding the night at the same time.
Oh, they really would have conceded the night if they would have said, "Hey, if college basketball wasn't on, do they have a show?"
I think they would have tried. They would have pulled like they did for the Rumble. Remember when, or whatever that was, they went right up against one of the pay-per-views and they were like, "Oh, this is what we got. Watch this, watch that." And it's like, no, dog, I'm not watching that. I'm watching the Rumble. Like, that's not happening. I think
you will get flow over.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they'll get flow over. But I think, to your point, it starts at 11:30. It's a 2-hour show, so it's not wrapping until 1:30.
Oh, that's right. See how, yeah.
It's not like a Rampage where it's 11:30 to 12:30 and you're done. This is 11:30 to 1:30 in the morning. So you're
half hours.
Yeah, you're trying to capture that for wrestling fans. WrestleMania, its own self, is long.
Yeah. And for the people, it's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold. By the time those people get to even their respective hotel rooms, it's going to be 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah. It's me and you that AEW is trying to capture.
Yeah, it's trying to capture the people that are like, well, they're not going to Philly because they're going to get cold.
You're not getting me.
You're not getting me either.
All right. I'm ready.
WrestleMania is barely going to get me.
Spoiler, are you putting the title on the line?
I'll put the title on the line if you want it on the line.
Have to. It's fucking WrestleMania. I'd be mad if you said no.
All right. I'm putting it on the line.
All right. We come back. What you've been waiting for. Predictions.
Tune in for a tune-up. You're listening to Can Crushers with Amber Nova.
Welcome, everyone, to WrestleMania predictions with the Can Crushers.
Glasses back on for this, so you're fucking serious.
I'm serious. I'm ready to go. It's prediction time.
I'm ready for the 6-pack.
You have to jump through hoops to get it back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I'm throwing a curve in the 6-pack challenge. A new match type, if you will.
How?
Because I have a brilliant mind. I don't know. Actually, a sadistic mind. I was doing laundry earlier, and I'm like, this sounds like fun. Mark the mark. We are competing today in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the 6-pack title.
We're only picking of 3 matches for the title?
No. No, sir. We're going to treat WrestleMania as 2 separate pay-per-view events. Night 1 and Night 2. Night 1, Fall 1. Night 2, Fall 2. Simple math says...
Raw after, you're going to say something stupid.
No. I'm thinking if this goes to a 3rd fall, we use AEW Dynasty in 2 weeks as the deciding factor for it.
I'm in.
Falls, maybe you can secure it. Maybe I can secure it after WrestleMania.
Somebody gets an injury that we have to... It's in the contract. Give me a little bit of a rest time.
Exactly. Got to get that. We got to build in that rest time. There's 12 hours between Fall 1 and Fall 2, and then there's 2 weeks between Fall 2 and Fall 3. So 2 out of 3 falls for the title. Are you in or not?
Yeah. What else can we do? You wouldn't defend it against me anyway, so yeah, I need the 6-pack.
I mean, if you were just going to be like, no, I don't want to do it, I would have granted leniency, I guess, but...
I like you at least said Dynasty compared to, like, the Raw after Mania.
Yeah.
Good crapshoot. Prediction. Anything.
Yeah, it's a crap. What are we predicting? The show, the return. I'm assuming there's going to be returns, people debuting, things of that nature. Dynasty. We keep this at the pay-per-view level like we always do. So.
All right.
Follow on. I have the card. If you guys follow Mr. Levesque on the Instagram, he had put out the cards for Night 1, Night 2. Didn't put out the order, but I figured we can just start from the back of the card up and make it work. So, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm just writing our business.
Our business? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fall match 1, at least that's indicated on Mr. Levesque's Instagram post, is Dom and Santos versus Ray and Dragon Lee. Who you got?
I'm taking Dom and Santos for this, but I have a caveat already. Boom, right into this.
A caveat with this match or
with
the 3 falls? Okay.
With the turn. No, I'm not going to...
Oh, no. Oh, with the turn. Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the turn. Carlito's joining Dom.
You saw that, didn't you? Last week.
No.
Well, with him,
what?
When they announced Dragon Lee came out.
Oh,
Carlito's,
yeah. On SmackDown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carlito
turned. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you meant like something on social came up.
No.
Oh, yeah. Carlito instantly got pissed off.
Yeah. So, I was going to pick Dom and Santos too. But here's my thought process. It wasn't because of a turn. I think they're doing a 3-part series with Ray and Dom in next year's Ray's last match at WrestleMania 41. So I think Dom wins this year with a tag team partner. Next year they regroup. And honestly, Dom's going to beat Ray next year at WrestleMania. In singles competition.
Goodbye match.
Goodbye. See you later. Farewell.
Even more part-time, we'll put it that way. Because I don't know.
Yeah, he might go like once, twice a year maybe. But Dom is going to send him on his merry way next year, I think. So I think this is just match 2 of a 3-match series.
I'm not holding you for this, but do you think it's a mask match next year?
I could see that. I didn't think of that.
Back into when he came and screwed him over a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. I could see that.
I mean, if you remember Ray from way back, we know what Ray looks like. I mean,
Yeah.
But he's put it back on. We've kind of forgot that happened.
When WCW did that to him. Yeah.
So I think a mask is involved next year.
Yeah. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Okay.
All right. Next up, Damage Control versus Jade, Naomi, and Bianca. I'm going to assume we're going to have the same pick on this one. It's Naomi, Bianca, and Jade because it's Jade's first match.
It's Team Jade. No disrespect to the other two women on her team. She's getting the win over, I would probably say Dakota.
Yeah, I would buy that. Because she already kind of pinned Kyrie. So, yeah, there's no way. Naomi's just forgotten in the shuffle of things. The way that feels.
Mania win for her return.
She does, but.
Do we get beef out of this match then, though? Or we have to get something to start a build, right? For Jade and Bianca?
I think so.
Clearly that's where we're going, right?
I would think. I think that's going to be like the SummerSlam in Cleveland match type deal.
Yeah.
So, all right. Ready?
Yep.
Ladder match time.
I'm excited for this. I really am. I really am.
Yeah. Okay. So I think the only way to do this, who gets the Raw titles, who gets SmackDown titles.
Right.
So, Mark, who you got for Raw?
Awesome Truth.
Okay.
That it will be the last title pulled down. It might fall into it's going to be hokey to get the Raw titles.
Yeah.
Like somebody else pulls it down, but it slips through his hand, and then R-Truth's on the ground, a la Otis or whatever. But like they're going to win it to get that moment that I think most of us want.
Yeah.
To have. Again, though, probably Monday night. Gone. By the time we wrap back around, I don't know. We'll see.
So, that's who I had to. There's no one on Raw. DIY is not winning this. New Day is not primed to win this. They could, but they're just not primed to win this. So.
Go ahead.
All right. SmackDown.
Once the match is over, I want to say something, but okay.
Okay, that's fine. SmackDown.
I don't think you give it to two faces. Okay? I want to go the Catch Republic because I love them so much. So I think it's my new DX that I said last week. I think Waller and Theory get this.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't disagree. I think they're primed. They've been built up to have the tag titles. It's not Judgment Day that's going to get them. New Catch Republic to me is not. They're going to be the first challengers for the tag titles. But they've been priming Theory and Waller for these tag titles for months now. If they don't walk away with them, I'd be flabbergasted by that. I just don't see it being. I don't see anybody else winning these.
There's rumor that a team may be pulled out of this.
Oh. Pulled out?
First, somebody get attacked backstage, yada, yada, yada.
Was this to allow the Hardys to come in? Because Matt's been floating around.
Right.
Yeah.
Who knows their contracts?
Yeah.
Right? I don't know.
I don't know either.
We haven't seen Jeff in
months.
A while again.
Yeah.
I don't think they win a title.
Well, I think you have to have them win the title if they come back, don't you? This is 7 years all over again. Or are they coming back as heels to win the title? Because how do you take somebody out backstage and not be a heel entering the match?
nobody knows who took him out. I'm just saying.
Maybe. That's true. Let's play this game, though. Who's the team you take out?
I don't know.
Because if I'm going to be honest, you're taking a team out. I think they're taking out our Raw winners.
Theory. But you think they're taking out?
I think they take out Awesome Truth if they're doing it. Or they hide Truth in a locker or something. Truth is very susceptible to being fooled.
Shenanigans
afoot.
That would... Ugh. It's a bad taste in my mouth if it is them.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. If it's anybody else, for Miz and Truth, a day of comeuppance for them means so much. Yeah. It's just a, hey, you guys have carried us. You've done a lot of stupid stuff over the couple of years. Here's just another title reign. We'll look at it and joke about it, but we'll always remember the stupidness about it. They lose it Monday. They were tag team champions again, whatever. Yeah. Here comes the AOP.
Yep. Well, I'm kind of thinking New Day's turning heel. And I know it's wishful thinking. I feel like Big E comes back as like a manager or something at least. They're goofy, they're having fun with R-Truth and Miz, and then all of a sudden, wham bam, thank you ma'am, they've turned on them. They flipped it all up on its head. That could be Monday night. That could be forcing it ends the reign quickly. It decimates them.
The heat of New
Starts
Day.
The heat. Yep, exactly. They can play we've been here, we're the best tag team of all time. The Usos can't correct that because they're on the outs, so New Day's still going strong. Respect us.
That.
I think that could be happening here.
I'm in on that.
They're stale right now. Might as well do something.
They really are. They really are. If you noticed, Judgment Day, no conversation about this.
No, because I think they're done.
Yeah.
They're going to do
Add a Dom, because he's going with his roots, essentially.
Yeah. Dom's gone. Yeah. All right. Next up. The first brother versus brother match, legitimate one in 15 years, because that's the trend in WWE.
Right.
Jay versus Jimmy. I'm going Jay.
I am too.
I don't think don't.
He gets his, and we use this word a lot anymore, but he has been the fall of the bloodline for a while. He has been the bad guy, but the good guy that we all love. He hated on the bloodline side. I think he gets the win, but I don't think it's over. I think there's another match between these two.
I think you're right. I think it's bloodline rules at some point down the line.
Right.
So, all right. Intercontinental title match. Gunther, Sammy. Does Gunther lose the title after, 700 days? I don't know at this point.
After all the well-wishing, the Gable would get it, and Sammy gets it to tell the story, because he's got a story too. This is a WrestleMania of stories. I don't think Gunther leaves without the title.
Without the title? Oh, a little swerve there. I like it.
I don't think every title changes hand, and I think this is one of them that I have in my pocket.
So I've been going back and forth on this and I was really in Team Gunther's camp for the longest time. I didn't think he was going to lose it, just to make sense. Triple H just said something today about this is ushering in a new era. We were talking about new eras last week, and the eras when things stopped. Kept referencing this is a new era for WWE to go into. If that's the case,
a lot of new eras happening in
I know, right? But if that's the case, then maybe Gunther isn't the champion because Gunther's on to bigger and better things. So with that being said, this could be my downfall of night one. Give it to Sammy.
Don't get me wrong. I would love it to be Sammy. I'm not changing my pick. I just don't know. And I know we could go a couple months without Gunther in the picture or something like that. Yeah. Where's Gunther's next feud? Say, Backlash then. Without a title.
I think Backlash gets him potentially a rematch with Sammy, or he is in the world title picture. He's either winning Money in the Bank or he's challenging at SummerSlam for that title.
I'll give you SummerSlam. I will. I'm still not changing Gunther. But I'll give you SummerSlam because there's definitely ways that we can work through a cash-in or a keep or whatever as we get, or a loss even down the line, if you understand what I'm saying. Without the title, where I was going is Money in the Bank. That would be back-to-back big men winning it.
Mm-hmm.
And who won it before Priest?
What was that, 2021? No, that was in 22, right?
Yeah.
Was that Theory? No, that wasn't Theory. Theory was 21.
I don't think, nonetheless, whoever, you can look it up because I know you're going to. I don't think Gunther needs the Money in the Bank, okay? Where Priest kind of needed this year, but now we just don't wish Priest had it anymore at all. Should have maybe cashed in like November or something. But I just think it's two big men. That same story is, in my mind, written the same way then. Unless Gunther just comes out, if we have a cash in, and then he cashes in the next day, boom, boom, boom. I don't know. I don't see Gunther needing it to get to SummerSlam. I'll put it that way.
That's fair. It was Theory, by the way. So the year before was Big E, so I was getting Big E in Theory.
Okay.
Making that correlation. You brought up an interesting point. Maybe this plays into night two. Maybe there's a way for Gunther to get the title on the Monday after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
There may be. To do that, he needs to drop it.
Right.
My other flip side of that argument is this. Battle in Berlin is basically in his backyard or close to where he's from.
Right.
That's the end of August. They could just hold off, or he wins Money in the Bank, to your point, but decides, I already know when I'm going to do it, and I'm announcing I'm cashing in Berlin.
Whoever gets this Money in the Bank this year is not holding it more than
2 months. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Agreed. 100%. Because
this one went stale.
Well, this one went stale. It also went through the renaissance of he just doesn't seem to know when he can cash in the Money in the Bank. Because if I was Damian, I would have cashed in Monday night when Brock was working over Seth.
Or when Seth was, air quotes, injured. There was a hole on the Money in the Bank that was even brought up on TV saying, hey, he's not allowed cashing in right now because he's hurt. What?
Yeah.
Why can't he?
Why is that a rule?
Because WrestleMania was already set up. But wait. Something else happened that WrestleMania is not set up anymore.
It goes away. Things change over the months, and it screws people in the long run.
It's built for a year long. WrestleMania is planned. Staff, I will throw you under the bus each time I can say that. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Women's World Title: Rhea, Becky, the sub main event to it all. I'm going to Rhea. I don't think Becky's winning this.
I want Becky to win this.
Yeah. Me too.
But that conversation 2 weeks ago that we brought up is there. And then this week she comes out and says, stuff into the women, clearly right. Vega's been saying this for a while. She wants a union, but she essentially means the same thing, same pay. Becky brought that up this week. I think it stirs the pot a little bit. Maybe that's why the contract's not signed. We don't know in 2 months. She's blatantly said 2 months. It's out there. I don't think you play around like that with this title. You don't have Becky win it on WrestleMania and then drop it on Raw. No. I don't think you do that to Becky Lynch. Not during her book tour.
No.
This could be a way that we don't see Becky for a couple of weeks, so she can do a Monday signing at a book tour, do whatever she wants to be. The day after Rumble, I said Becky was winning this. It's Rhea. I'm completely with you.
I think it's been brought up. I know it has, but I have to reiterate the point. Your biggest woman star is still not under contract 2 months out from her contract. You're never getting her under contract.
Yeah.
Unless you are selling the farm to get her under the contract, you will never sign her to a contract.
And before this is published, it'll be announced that she signed a new 15-year contract for $150 million.
Yeah, maybe I should refresh Twitter real quick just to see.
And she bet on the Dodgers. Oh, wait, wrong person.
Yeah, wrong person. Nothing announced yet, so.
Good.
All right.
Wait, stir the pot.
Stir it.
Who's going to take it off of Rhea then? Because that's got to be the Money in the Bank. Somebody challenges her.
Here's Charlotte.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
does Rhea carry it for 2 years? We get match 3 at next WrestleMania?
No, I think we get match 3 at SummerSlam. Charlotte's already had a schedule. I don't need to be a doctor. I can see that by what she's putting out. I think SummerSlam is match 3. Charlotte takes it off of Rhea there. That's the legitimate contender that can take it off of her. Gets her 15 or 16th, whatever it is. Charlotte could drop it the next month somewhere down the line.
Revisit something at WrestleMania for her big one.
Yep, exactly.
Yep, this is exactly where I was going. That's why Rhea's not losing this anytime. It's not.
Mm-mm. It's not happening.
All right.
Main event time. Cody Rollins versus the Bloodline, the Final Boss, and the Tribal Chief.
I'm acknowledging him.
So am I.
It doesn't get to night 2 without it being a Bloodlines match.
Oh, I agree, because you don't put the stipulation. It's Bloodline rules night 2 if they win this tag team match. To your point, they have to win the tag team match to make it the story believable that, oh my God, he could actually lose.
Right.
So.
And what, Mama Rhodes is only showing up at night 2, I think.
Yeah, Mama Rhodes isn't going to come night 1 to watch her son bleed.
Who takes the loss? Well, never mind. I think we both know who takes the loss.
Who do you think takes the loss?
Seth. Battered to fuck.
I say Cody, because they want to make a point. They make the point here. Seth has beat the shit outside the left for dead at the table. Jimmy and Solo are there protecting the ring. Brock is making a point over Cody, because if they're going to fight at some point later down the road, depending on if Brock turns it or not, then they need a visual. They need Rock to pin Cody And that's where I think it comes into play.
Okay. I went the other way because of the beating in Seth this week. That Rock is pummeling Seth. We both have Rock getting the win, right?
Yep.
Right. We both do.
I could see that with Rock pummeling Seth, but I think that was Seth's comeuppance from The Rock. That was Rock getting over on Seth. Night 1 is Rock getting over on Cody. Improving a point. Excuse me.
I have Seth losing this and then having to start the show on night 1.
Yep. Quick turnaround.
Not ready.
But to your point, if he's left in a pile of rubble and he's night 2's opener, does the same thing.
Right. Touche.
So, all right.
We only have one difference. So it comes down to the IC title.
Comes down to the IC title. Whoever wins the IC title match is going to gets the fall for one of us.
Yes.
All right. You ready for night 2?
I am.
All right. Starting this off, the 6-man match, which I think is a Philadelphia street fight. If I've read somewhere. Okay. The Pride versus Cross and AOP. I think we did it at the same time last time, so go ahead and take the first pick.
I don't care. Is that a pick?
I mean, I don't care either, but I'm going to pick something.
I'm going to throw everything against the wall here. Bob's been hampered in the Pride.
Yeah.
Does Bob just get sick of it and leave them to get pummeled? Like, I think something happens that there's definitely a split of the Pride in this. It's clearly not working for all 3 of them.
Yeah.
You understand I'm probably going Final Testament.
Yeah.
They're the new hot. They have to look more vindictive, more dastardly than the Pride. Why are we scared of any of them?
Right. Why should we be scared?
So if they pummel the Pride a little bit, maybe Bob gets sick of them, and there's always been tension, maybe a break, maybe a little not break, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. Final Testament. And that's very fucking wishy-washy.
I'm the same because I don't know. Like, I could make the argument that they're going to give, like, feel-good moment. Bob and the Pride has won. They've conquered their enemies because they're heels. But what has been the point of Cross and AOP in the Final Testament if they don't win this match?
Even though the Philadelphia street fight, this is the bathroom break of night 2.
Oh, 100%.
This starts off the show on night 2. Wolf.
It would be the equivalent to Brock and Omos starting off the night 2 last year. And that, we talked about this last year, it was night and day. Night 1 was the show.
Yep.
Night 2 was the main event was what you wanted.
Was it? Yep.
So, you know what, if the Pride wins, kudos to them. But
so are you taking the Pride?
No, I'm taking AOP and Cross.
Okay. Final Testament. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm going to wish for? Kevin Sullivan to show up out of somewhere.
Yes.
And just be fucking there. It's ECW. It could happen, people. So let's hope.
Right. Maybe.
Oh, Ming, yeah.
John Tenta. No, oh shit, that's the wrong one. He passed.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other one. Shockmaster.
Yeah, Fred Ottman.
Yeah. Hey, Heidi Lee Morgan. Heidi Lee Morgan at WrestleMania this weekend. She's going to be sitting, as you guys watched the Hall of Fame last night, she's sitting right next to Dakota Kai. Which, by the way, that starts a little bit here, but.
Yeah, that'll start in the next hour and a half, but watch it. Kudos for her.
Yeah.
She made it. All right. You ready?
Yep.
LA Knight, AJ Styles. I don't know. I appreciate the pettiness of Styles going halfway across the world to attack LA Knight. I just feel like they're going to give LA Knight a big win here. So I got to go LA Knight.
AJ beating LA Knight with that.
That would have been a great wrestler name, though. Styles is great now.
Him beating LA, what's to do for him? He's come out and said he doesn't know how much gas he has left in the tank. Yep. This is a moment for him. He hasn't gotten a lot in a while.
He hasn't.
He needs to remain relevant, I think.
I agree.
And I think this might be easier for a mid-card title. Yeah. I will say that. I do.
Yeah, agreed. All right.
That pained me for picking him.
I know it did. Well, speaking of mid-card titles, let's talk triple threat for the U.S. title. What do you got here?
I fall in line when they announce stupid things, and I'm like, Logan Paul's already on the SummerSlam poster. Logan Paul's winning this again. I think KO takes the loss.
I think Randy Orton's his SummerSlam opponent.
Mm-hmm. And Orton, I don't know what Logan's going to do for the next little bit. Maybe he's not going to Backlash, or maybe he gets thrown Money in the Bank. He doesn't win it, but he's in it for the death-defying acts that he does and stuff like that. You can carry for this SummerSlam.
Yeah, and at some point he probably disappears for a couple weeks because his brother's fighting Mike Tyson and probably going to get knocked out from that. But yeah, I think this is Logan Paul Randy. I think Randy's taking the title off of him at SummerSlam too. But okay.
So 492 isn't great.
Yeah, I know I think I know where we're both going on this one too. We got to decide the SmackDown Women's Champion, Io or Bayley. I'm going Bayley.
Your Bayley would be pissed.
Yep.
But listen, is this also the start of the fall of Damage Control too?
I think it has to be. Or this is the start. This is the start fresh and reestablish Dakota as the leader of Damage Control, not Io, not Asuka or Kairi.
Yeah. I see the Kabuki Warriors losing soon too.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hold a gun to my head and say pick a women's tag team. Asuka's been injured for the last month. Has everybody noticed that?
Yeah.
She barely moves well with that knee.
Yeah.
Maybe Raw. I don't know. Chelsea finds somebody. By the way, did you hear Chelsea Green got kicked out of the hotel?
Yeah, because they thought she was an escort.
Doing my girl wrong.
I couldn't believe that. And did you see Cardona's response? It's like, well, when you dress like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you get from her.
Leave her
well, the husband always got to give a little shit, I guess. I don't know, but.
Yeah.
So.
I have Bayley, too.
Yeah. All right. Well, here it is. World title time. Seth, Drew. Who we got?
I have
Drew. I got Drew. There's no way I'm picking against Drew.
I have Drew, but I'm going to say a failed cash-in. You can charge me a point or not, but I think
I'm not going to charge you a point.
I think this. How much longer can we carry this?
I don't know.
Or does he just call his shot at Backlash? And that's the way he finally gets rid of it. But then your boy Gunther to start the 2-month feud then essentially to get to the castle.
Maybe it's not even Seth versus Drew at Mania. What if Priest cashed in right after night 1?
Right.
And it's Drew Priest night 2. Drew, it's a disqualification because Seth comes out and just wallops everybody in the match.
So Priest keeps it till Backlash when he gets Drew again in a different. And nobody's allowed being there. Seth's on the injured list. Yada yada yada.
Or he gets Gunther the night after WrestleMania, and Gunther's like, "You can't defend that title. You don't know what you're doing with that title." And at Backlash, we have Drew and Gunther.
Wait, where's Drew and Gunther at Backlash? I thought we were saving that to the Castle.
Well, that'd be in June. So if we don't do it then maybe it's Priest Gunther rematch, and then it gets to Castle is Drew and Gunther.
Yeah. I think that's a huge match to have over there.
Yeah, that's true. In Scotland, yeah, of course. I was thinking the France, it's still Europe type mentality, but to your point, that could be. I'm still picking Drew for this match, but
I love that. Maybe, alright, so maybe you're right. Seth doesn't walk out as champion, but then Priest has to defend against Drew because the title is being defended on WrestleMania, so it doesn't matter who the champion is. So you have to take the champions, and then Drew walks away with it anyway.
Yeah, because Damian cashed in not thinking he would have to defend it the next night. And he's already beat up from a ladder match.
Right.
Drew's whole storyline these past couple weeks has been, I'm picking the bones or injuring people. He's picking the bones on an injured Seth Rollins. He's picking the bones on a injured air quotes, Damian Priest coming in for the cash in.
Yeah, because Priest, maybe the ladder match starts the night off. That would be fine.
That would be a great kickoff match.
If that starts off the night, I'm texting. Well, we'll be texting anyway. But I'm like, it's happening.
It has to happen. Yeah, at that point, you're going to forget about Drew and about them throughout the night.
Yeah.
And then I think it's still a catalyst for breaking up Damage Control, or not Damage, Judgment Day, because then maybe they say, Drew, you shouldn't be cashing this in, or it's not the right time, or whatever, because we're seeing the splinters now, and he says, I'm going to cash it in anyways, or he struck his own deal with The Rock to pick the bones after everything's done.
Yeah, I love yours. Man, I love yours.
Mm.
And then Priest gets it for
24 to 48 hours.
No.
What?
Not 48. He would win it. He would win it at like 11:30.
Well, yeah. He would get, but what I'm saying is,
in less than 24 hours, he would lose the title.
Well, I'm saying at most 48, because let's build in maybe the Gunther thing. Maybe Seth comes out, interrupts the match, double DQ, it's over. Gunther goes after Damian the night after. That could play into effect. I'm just building in that Gunther scenario so he walks out of Raw with the title the next night. But to your point, yeah, that's literally 14 hours maybe.
Yeah.
If that.
Sweet. I love it. Maybe they feel bad for him. Like, dude, you were supposed to in like August, and then Seth came to us and said, I really can't do anything. And I don't know if the timeline's correct, but you guys will understand what I'm saying. I really can't do anything. I can't take a shot by him of any sort. Please don't make me lose it this way, because maybe we want some to get some comeuppance. All right, maybe let's do it at Survivor Series. Oh, fuck, we already have something else building for you, Survivor Series. When are we going to do it? Drew, Damian, we'll give you the title, but you're losing it in less than 12 hours.
Yeah.
You weren't going to have a champion anyway, but you get a title.
You at least had it for a hot second. You're a trivia fact in 5 years.
Yes.
Who was the second WWE World Champion?
Again, because you and Finn are going to be fighting for SummerSlam.
Or him and Andrade, since that's where that thing seems to be going.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Okay.
All right. It's Bloodline Rules time.
Wait, is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4,
That's
5,
it.
6. 6, so it's 7 and 6?
7 and 6.
I thought we were going to get one more match added. Did something happen?
Something must have happened. Triple H's Instagram only has the 6. Let me see what the Mania page has. Yeah, they only have 13 listed on WrestleMania, so that's 7 and 6 right now.
I don't even know who they could force feed us to get another match.
Yeah, probably Shane McMahon and Snoop Dogg or something.
Go ahead. Before we talk about other stuff, go ahead.
All right. Roman and Cody, bloodline rules. I've been going back and forth on this a lot. Triple H made a comment about it being a new era coming out of this. Made me think, maybe this is Roman still. Or maybe it's Cody. There's been rumors where Cody and Rock are later this year. Could be for the title, could be just for shits and gigs. There's one other commentary that he said, though, the story doesn't necessarily have to end, or the story can still be going on. I pick up from when WrestleMania ends, I put down the headset, pick up Raw's script, and it's a new story. It's another story. People have to watch the story. He said story quite a bit.
Did.
Which is making me think this is 7th inning stretch. And not bottom of the 9th.
Yep.
I have to acknowledge our tribal chief.
You're right, I wore this today for a reason. But bold prediction, I stick with it, that he's going to break the record of Hogan. I really completely believe that. There's more meat, I think. The Rock, could we get somebody else out here to cause a distraction? I understand. And I'll eat crow. If Cody wins, I'm excited. I love the Rhodes.
100%.
It is a new era. We will see something. Did the deal that Cody struck with the Rock, I know it's gone a little bit too far to think, oh, well, he's just pandering that he's going to really help him in the main event. He could still do that.
Mm-hmm.
Help him in the main event. Because Roman's britches got too big in the tag team match, and it was just a Rock thought to say, fuck this. Yeah. Or maybe Rock was going for the pin, and Roman pulls him off on night 1. To say, hey, you acknowledge me, let me get the pin, because I want 2 pins over this SOB. Meaning, yes, I do think Cody's taking the loss. I was just stirring the shit.
Yeah.
20 minutes ago. That we get promos out the ass, by the way, on night 2.
Oh, yeah.
How he beat him on night 1, yada, yada, yada.
It's at least a 40-minute promo ready to go.
Yeah, we're having a documentary on Roman and Cody during the match. I still will continue to say this. He brings so much money because he is hated so much, yet he's not loathed yet.
No.
They want him to be loathed. I have to go Roman. I do, just because I think Cody gets it, all right?
Yeah.
Cody gets it. We are definitely not seeing a rematch of Backlash.
No.
So what's Cody do? Who's Cody's? Do we get him and Solo, Jimmy and Solo, and Cody and Seth in a match or something? I don't know. Who's Cody's first defense against? Seth's going to be on the table.
Yep.
Supposedly, right? That's what we're all thinking. We're all thinking that. So we can't rekindle that. He hasn't ran across anybody. Do we want to see Cody against Jimmy? Cody against Solo? match? No. So Cody's away from the bloodline then, essentially.
Yeah.
There's nobody built up for Cody until Money in the Bank. I know they can do it faster. Shut up. I understand that. But what are we doing? I don't know if they have a story in place for Cody to go forward after this. Unless I'm Better Than You comes out that door.
Yep.
After Cody's holding the title up. Then it's instantly written. Right?
Yeah. And it's
But
instantly
I don't think he's coming out. Surprise me. I don't think he's coming out.
I don't think he is either. I think they've played too much into it. They ignored it. They chanted his name at Triple H, and he ignored it today.
Yeah.
He just no-sold it. MJF is not going to walk out. He did pop up on social media to set people's underwear on fire this week.
About buying his girlfriend's art.
But to that point, his ex-girlfriend, that point, why is that the picture she chooses? Let's stir the pot.
Right.
You choose to paint a photo of The Rock smearing blood all over a weight belt for Cody with Cody's blood.
Right.
It's a little on the nose. The Rock acknowledges you, and then it gets MJF, who has not been active on social media in 3 months.
Right.
To come out and say, why are you doing that? Why you taking this? You taking that? Leave me alone.
Yeah. Great marketing on him. He knows
100%. He knows what he's, yeah. But he's just a peon to these two.
Right.
So if you want to stir the pot further, let's go back to the DDP picture 3 weeks ago. Dustin tries to come out to save him during Bloodline Rules. MJF comes out.
Right.
To that point, MJF, the final boss probably made a deal with MJF.
Yeah.
Come on out, make him think he's loved, cost him the title.
I don't think this story's done.
I don't think it is, because I think Cody's chasing this for another year. And this is becoming a Shawn Michaels chasing Undertaker story.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to be his sole obsession. Money in the Bank. He's going to try to win it so he can get the briefcase to cash in on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania next year. He's going to lose it. It's going to happen. There's going to be something comes up, a tournament for his title shot. Same thing.
Loses
Rumble.
It. When has he hit hard times?
He's hitting hard. He hasn't hit hard times. They threw Brock at him last year. That wasn't hard times. That was just a hard opponent.
Right. The pec. That was even prior to Roman, essentially, but the pec injury. Him and Seth. Shinsuke's was just a horrible nightmare, essentially.
Yeah.
You got through that.
That's not hard times. It's storytelling.
He's not been down on his luck yet.
The down on his luck is he's going to continuously try and fail, including at the Royal Rumble.
Not a 3-time winner.
Not a 3-time winner.
First out.
Pepsi Phil could be winning that one.
But he's number one.
Like,
oh, shit.
He's trying to go
he
one.
Might make it to 28.
That's where Rock comes in. He's still the board of directors. You're starting one. Gone.
Yep.
Number 28. See you later. Hard times. Done. Has a chamber match.
Where he gets it.
Maybe Elimination Chamber. But in Elimination Chamber, he's against Jimmy, Solo.
Jay that is turned back.
Yep. And we'll throw MJF in there. And maybe The Rock. He's got to win Chamber. He's got to pin all 5 of them.
Too, besides that.
Oh, yeah, you could do that, yeah. He's got to go through 5 Bloodline members to get the Roman in a Chamber.
Yeah. It's not done.
Mm-mm.
Biggest pop. Big pop. Everybody will just shit on Roman.
Yep.
Why would Roman, because I went all the way back, why is Roman releasing his schedule of where he is going to be? Hey, I'm not going to be in France, I'm not going to be here, I'm not going to be there, but I will be bringing a title to wherever, the places, you guys know the schedule I'm talking about. Okay. We wouldn't know what Roman's doing if he loses his title.
Yeah.
Roman has built-in opponents if he loses his title. A la Rock, a la any other member of the bloodline again. Right. Cody, Cody doesn't.
No. Unless they bring it to him.
And I know last year we were kind of all, he didn't win it. We ended WrestleMania on a sad note. There was a sad note. When was the last time we went away from WrestleMania pissed?
And they made us intentionally pissed.
Right.
Not that we were just pissed because of the way it played out, because that's how they wanted to do it. But they intentionally made it, we need to piss them off.
Right. We've given Cody everything this year. The game, the comeuppance, da-da-da-da-da. Hasn't lost a feud. Okay. He's going to piss on him in front of his mother. Okay. Yes. Why are we so vindictive between me and you, by the way? But this is what we want. This is what
it plays out to be.
This is funny.
Money on the wall.
Yeah. You always hear the money's in the chase. Yeah. Again, what does Cody do after he wins Sunday night? I know WrestleMania Raw the night after, we can all find out. Maybe it's Gunther then. I don't see how we don't get a Rock and Cody match at some point.
Yeah.
He's not the final boss for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the final boss has the title at next WrestleMania.
Maybe.
I am still pissed we still have never seen any of the founders. And I know some of them are sick and we may not. Rikishi's lingering around. At least bring him back out.
Well, that's the other thing is, does Rikishi show up during the brothers match? Is he ringside for Jimmy and Jay?
Yeah.
To that point, is this where Jay comes back to the family?
Right.
You did your own thing. You've done your own shtick. Come back home.
You've succeeded a little bit. You've got some tag titles.
You got some tag titles. You got this. You got that. Come back home. Help us secure this victory over Cody. But then again, that also puts us in the camp of we're pissed at somebody else, not Roman.
Right. So Cody Jay happens prior to, and in a way, Cody Jimmy can happen again prior to.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe not WrestleMania next year. It would make sense that we can pull this.
God.
We can pull this out. But I'm just saying.
Could. Rikishi. Say he's there.
No way he's in a match.
No. We'll follow this. He somehow, maybe he's the catalyst for the night one win. This is just me being a smartass at this point. Because he did it for The Rock. He did it for the people.
Back that ass up. You see now why we did 20 minutes of wrestling for the week?
Yeah.
Predictions took an hour.
WrestleMania, it needed it.
So, downfall is, there's no way we can win night two. Either one of us.
I just saw that. You know what?
No, you're champ. I should have to change.
I'll change. Give me Cody. On a whim. If this costs me my title, I'll go through hard times.
American
dream. Oh, well.
Stick coming, man. Oh, no. This is what I hate.
We won't talk about that. I'll tell you offline. Nothing bloodline related.
Oh, all right. Did we get another match added? Are we getting an arm wrestling match between...
No.
Oh.
Reuniting.
Oh. Okay. You can tell me later.
Yeah.
Do we get any randos? Like, Stone Cold's available, this person's available. Do we get any
if you love the theories, John Cena, Stone Cold are helping Cody Rhodes out.
Yeah.
Not happening. But I do think there's going to be a John Cena, Stone Cold thing to kick off night one. Like they did for WrestleMania 30. With Hogan, Rock, and Austin.
Yeah.
I think they bring it around like Austin, Cena, somebody else.
Do we get in, I don't know who it would be. Well, I guess it could be a Waller show during night 2 with them holding the titles. Maybe that's where they get an opponent or something.
Yeah. Or maybe that's where the Hardys come into play.
Maybe.
I don't know.
They get the titles and as they're saying they're the greatest team ever, the Hardys pop out. Or there's another tag team that could be just popping around. It's got a hell of a lot of Philly related, and they live in Dudleyville.
Could. Maybe somebody gets tables. Who knows?
Yeah. Nonetheless.
Maybe Paul Heyman just turns.
Yeah, Friday night. You guys are going to watch it in an hour. We're going to watch Paul Heyman say, I'm going to fuck over Roman. That's promise. Nonetheless, wrestling started as we're recording this. We hope ROH was amazing. I'll make this because I'm not watching it until much later in the week. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I hope Billy Starks is your ROH TV champion. I love Aminata. Trust me, I love Aminata. But Billy Starks, that would be so awesome. I think that card's looking great too. NXT, I'm going to watch that. I think there's going to be NXT matches that should have been definitely on Mania.
I would agree with that. I think there's a Trick and Mello.
Yeah, well, clearly.
That one, but yeah.
Breaking this down again now, looking at it, night 1 should steal the show again. But Roman Cody's going to be good. Don't get me wrong. We're going to talk about it. Man, unless something happens, there's nothing against Logan, Randy, and KO. I think it's going to be a great match, but I think it's probably on paper what I'm excited about. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But it also has the opportunity to not be great. You know? The Final Testament, that whole thing, that's just going to be a street fight. LA and AJ, I care about less that than I do the Final Testament match.
I think the triple threat on... No, I'm not even... They're going to do something stupid for the triple threat.
Yeah.
At this point. Something stupid's going to happen with that. I think the Io Bailey, Seth Drew, and Roman Cody are what can elevate night 2. But to your point, night 1 is just too loaded.
Yeah.
Right now.
It really is.
Unless there's blow away action on night 2, I don't know.
And if we get a half-hour Waller thing or something, I think that just kills everybody. Nothing against Waller in theory, but
it kills a lot.
Unless they're bringing, I don't know, somebody big in to challenge them. I don't know.
Which they probably won't. There's no way.
Right. And then, guys, gals, Can't Crush Your Nation, strap in and sit down because you got the best Raw of the year coming up on Monday.
And it'll probably be truly the best Raw of the year for Monday night.
Yeah.
So
I love that you don't know what's going to go on because of the fans on the Raw after WrestleMania.
Exactly. I think there's going to be a lot of big things going down.
You can pipe in whatever you want, but the fans Raw after WrestleMania will kill your piping in of whatever you want us to do for the next year. Mm-hmm. We decide what we want to do for the next year.
Yeah, exactly. Because we'll think of it this way. You're in Philly, too. Not only do you have the international crowd, but you have the Philly crowd on top of that.
Yep.
This is the crowd that frickin' booed Roman Reigns out the building when he won the Rumble. Brock couldn't even save him at that point.
Yep.
He saved him in the ring, but couldn't save him from the crowd. The crowd was that vicious that night.
Speaking of Philly, did you see the Phillies City Connect jerseys?
I did.
Those are sweet. I really like them.
Some people are shitting on them, but I'm like, that's a very sweet fucking jersey.
I do like them.
I love the color scheme. I love the blue on it. The skyline in the collar, they said, because they have that.
Yeah.
It was nicely done.
It was nicely done. All right, if you guys remember all the technical issues we had at the beginning, I now have to edit all that together. So we love you. Enjoy the week. Enjoy wrestling in general. Don't be douchebags.
Yeah, because it's all going to be great.
It is all going to be great. And hopefully I don't have to worry about the hell goes on in Dynasty. 2 matches separate us.
It always happens like that.
I know.
You know what?
And it would only be one, honestly.
It would only be one. I'm taking the chance.
Either way, it could be out the door, done.
Yeah.
And I'd be okay if Sammy wins. I'd be okay if Cody wins. I'd be thrilled if Roman wins. I'd be happy if Gunther wins. Like, both of those matches, not being a dick, at least it didn't come down to Final Testament against the Bride. That would piss me off if that was the only match.
That would have sucked.
All right, we love you. We'll be back next week with everything going on in professional wrestling. Enjoy yourselves.
Enjoy it. Just because you got... Man, I screwed it up already.
I was going to do it. I was just...
I know. I just don't know if you're throwing it up to me or what. But enjoy yourself.
Just because you're trash doesn't mean you can't do great things.
You're a garbage can, not a garbage can not. Do not be like me. But make sure you tell your loved ones that you love them.
Because you never know.
Boop, boop.